Welcome everyone to a new episode of, it's not Friday Night Legends, it's DLC 9, War of the Light Part 1, Rage Powers Reveal. My name is Meps, this is Tunso.
Hello everyone.
Tunso is a lead systems design and was essential in designing and creating Rage Powers. And also with us on the line is Jesse Spord Scott. Jesse, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep. Loud and clear. Can
Hello.
you guys out there in internet land hear Jesse? Let us know. We're at a delay. You sound pretty good. So,
Okay.
War of the Light Part 1 is coming soon, and obviously is centered all around lanterns, and red lanterns specifically, and the rage powers are coming into the game. We have some news later, but do you want to just jump into showing them?
I mean, when we were developing Rage Powers, it was really as far back as SOE Live, right? I sort of
last year.
Yeah, last year.
Last August.
I sort of let it slip. It was like, yeah, we're working on a tank power, and everybody's like, tell me about it, now is finally that time when we can actually, show it to you guys, and we're really looking forward to that. So when we're thinking about how Rage was going to, what sort of power was going to be.
How is it different from other powers, that kind of thing?
What we're going for more is a Berserker sort of like kind of crazy kind of light character. It's a little different than the other regular yellow and green light. It doesn't have cross-linked powers like the other light. Light does, but it does have quite a few combos. And really, what makes it different from tank-wise, anyway, is it has what we call the deferred damage mechanic.
Right.
Right. So what that means is you activate a power, and then all the damage you take gets healed back as you take it. Right. So like once a second, you're healing back all the damage you take as you're getting hit, and then it all comes back at once, right? So that's called a rage crash.
High risk, high reward.
Right, and so essentially you activate one of these abilities that give you this deferred damage power, and you're more or less almost invulnerable, right? More or less the only thing that's going to take you out is like one shots, or basically so much damage within like a period of about a second that it just does all your health. That will still take you out, but for the most part you're pretty crazed with fury, and then it all comes back at once. And so you might say, well, that sounds good for a short amount of time, and then I just die. How do I deal with that? And there are actually several ways to deal with that. And
is one of those ways a healer?
Well, that would be one of those obvious ways to deal with it. But there are basically two things you can do, right? There's a number of abilities that more or less anything that has a duration. So like all of your buffs and your auras and pretty much anything you're going to use that has a sustained effect that lasts for any length of time. Those reduce rage crash damage. So if you have one of those active, you'll just take half. So I mean, just right there, you have sort of a built-in damage difference sort of thing, but it's all going to come back at once. Now, if you've taken a lot of damage, half may not be enough. Half might still be enough to take you down, right? So there is an even better thing you can do, which is to be performing a rage combo as the rage crash happens. So this is really going to be a high skill but very high reward tank type of tank, because if you're really good at timing your rage combos and performing the rage combos, you're pretty safe. Nice. Right? There's a little bit of overlap or lack of overlap, I should say, a gap they call that, where you're not going to be able to have this up, so you're going to be taking full damage during that time, but then you can reactivate it and roll pretty well.
And we'll explain that in detail and show that here in just a minute.
That's right.
Let me stop you there, and I think we're having another technical issue with our fun screen here. So before we go any further, let's make sure we can get this working. We cannot currently see the game. Who would have thought? Another technical issue right now. Give me 1 second, folks. We're going to have to stop the broadcast, it looks like, and turn it back on momentarily to see if we can get this screen actually functioning. So we'll be right back. And welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that delay. We needed to make sure the game was going to be visible for all you guys. So just to pick up where we left off, we're previewing Rage, and we're about to take a look at how it looks.
Yeah. So if you missed what we were just talking about there, Rage powers. From the tank side, one of the biggest, one of really the hallmarks of Rage is the deferred damage mechanic, and that is where if you are sitting there and taking damage while you have one of deferred damage ability activated, such as Relentless Anger, you heal back all the damage you take once a second, and then once that period of time is over, all the damage comes back in one great big happy fell swoop. I'm going to spawn a dude here.
All right, let's kill some people with Rage.
Sort of demonstrate that. I'll spawn 3 dudes because. All right, so I've activated my anti-rage crash ability. You'll see as I'm taking damage, I'm just healing it right back up. And oh, what happened? I just took a bunch of damage. Oh, you know what? I'm wearing one of my god rings, so that wasn't nearly as dramatic as I would have liked it.
Yeah, we would turn that off. So that red pulsating circle is your key that you know you are.
Exactly.
You are in the.
So yes, you'll see. Right. So you have sort of a visual and auditory indicator that you're getting close to not being alive there. What am I wearing? What is this dude wearing?
Oh, he just got regular gear on.
Okay.
Looked like.
We need to spawn tougher dudes. So, oops. Where'd they go? So, let me demonstrate now what happens when you do a rage combo. So I'm going to activate my rage prevention ability. You can see I'm healing back all the damage I take as I take it.
Right.
And then as we get close, doing a rage combo, and I actually don't take any. I don't take the rage crash.
So can you explain exactly what counts as a rage combo?
Right. So there's a number of abilities that are actually combos, and I guess I'll show a couple of those for you here. We have Outrage. This basically, now this ability does additional damage when your health is under 50%. So you should know when designers make powers and name them, a lot of times the original name is not what the final name comes out to be.
Temporary names.
Sure. Temporary names and stuff. And so just before we left on break, all the new names went in, and then we went on vacation for 3 weeks, so pardon me if I seem like I got to look and see what the name of everything is.
You don't remember the actual name.
Because the names are all different today. So, Outrage, right? 50% more damage. If you are under 50%, or I'm sorry, additional damage. I think it's actually double damage if you're under 50% health. So this is sort of like a revenge sort of
a comeback.
A comeback. And you'll notice basically every the Rage Crash prevention abilities, they're all quick 1-2 combos. So you have about 2 seconds, a 2-second window that you have to hit when the rage crash is going to happen to prevent.
So you need to know down to the 2 seconds when you're going to take that hit from your rage crash.
Yep.
To prevent it.
Exactly. And so, like I said, we have visual indicating. Yeah. Well, I mean, it will take practice, right? A lot of it. There's a lot of different ways you can use the visual indicator on your character. There's also, you get sort of a auditory heartbeat that goes faster and faster and faster and faster. You can use that, and you can also just time it with like, hey, when I'm at this part of my weapon combo, I better start thinking about busting into a rage combo.
So obviously you're in DPS role right now.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the difference between being in each role for rage crash?
Yeah. So one of the so when you're in tank role, basically, the tank bonuses they get are every using an ability increases their health based upon the enemies around them.
Oh, okay.
Right. So if you're in a big crowd of enemies, every enemy around you increases your health by 0.6 times your dominance.
Okay.
Right. So.
Some amount.
It's a little mathy, but more or less you're talking, you can get a pretty big health boost, and this stacks with every consecutive use, right? So if you face roll a bunch of powers, you've just got a pretty substantial increase in health. So how that's kind of different in fire is that fire gets a bonus to their healing that actually makes them easy to heal. So as a fire, as fire's bar gets larger, they don't become any more difficult to heal. Rage, on the other hand, actually does get if you're rolling around with triple health, it's going to take you triple healing to heal that health up. But they do have the advantage of just being able to ignore damage.
Right. So when does that triple health go away?
It's 12 seconds, just like most buffs.
Cool.
So. Well, let's show you a couple more of the damage preventing rage powers, right? So we have we already looked at Outrage, and there's a couple more. We have Revenge, this is kind of a little more vanilla. This is top of the tree, but this is sort of your standard Quapow kind of combo, right? And Outrage and Revenge are both melee. It should be noted, too, that all the Rage Crash prevention powers have a vulnerability mechanic associated with them, right? So Outrage and Revenge are both melee. That means they're vulnerable to block.
Sure.
And then there's also Dreadful Blast, which is a ranged version. So there's also a little bit of a difference between whether you're in DPS and tank roll when you're using a Rage combo. Because when you're in tank roll, you actually have a little bit of a longer cooldown, and so it's a little more difficult. It's actually a little bit easier to make the Rage Crash window as a DPS.
I see. Okay.
And so not all combos are actually Rage Crash preventers, though. So you should know that.
So you have to build your loadout specifically to make sure you have enough.
Correct. There's actually 3 of them. There is, for example, one of the other combos I have on here is Frenzy. And actually, let me talk a little bit real quick about the power interaction, which is Plasma Burn. So there are a couple abilities that Rage dudes can do that basically, you can just kind of puke out a couple plasma puke abilities.
People were asking about this.
Yes.
Will we be able to vomit and puke and spit?
In fact, there are multiple ways you can vomit, puke, and spit. One of those is
that's just disgusting.
It is fantastic, is what it is. Is Plasma Retch, and so you'll see. And this is actually a little different than other combos too, or I'm sorry, other abilities that have or other powers. Find the right word one of these days. Powers that have combos and that are rage combos benefit from power interactions.
Okay.
Right? So
and the power interaction is
Plasma Burn. Correct.
Okay.
So Plasma Retch and there's one in each tree. Plasma Retch and Galling Eruption. Sounds as good as... look at that. That's Sport has just done Galling Eruption, which you can see a nice pool of red bile plasma.
Do it again.
That sort of stuff.
Do it again, Jesse. Jesse, are you with us on Skype?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Hey, okay. Excellent. That's a bubbly mass of nastiness.
Mm-hmm. It is indeed. So you can see... well, let me... spawn a few more dudes here. And you know what? It's the house is just,
I think they're going upstairs.
Yeah, houses are just not very good places to spawn dudes.
Or maybe
I think
not.
they went outside.
They went outside.
Well, they're flying through space now. All right, there they are.
There we go.
I'll get them. And as you can see, you can
save him.
So that was Frenzy. Ow! And this is kind of a neat combo. It gets faster and faster as you work through the combo. And Galling Eruption here it's going to basically do some damage and damage over time. It's vulnerable, but you can jump cancel it to get out of it more quickly. And really, if you just want the power interaction, it's one of the faster ways to get that, right? Because you can go and then smack into your combo.
Very cool.
So,
all right.
That covers those. Now, I need to respec.
Okay, yeah, so we're going to respec here into different powers to show you a few more, because we don't yet have armories, so we can't quite just use the happy push button power of that. But while Mark's doing that, Jesse,
Yeah.
what do you think so far? Did you have anything you wanted to add while we were going through those?
No, everything you said so far is is good. Although I do have a few other abilities on my bar. I had Outrage as well as Plasma Retch and Dreadful Blast, but I also have Lacerate, which is this here.
We can't really see it because we're respecking. So
respecting.
Yeah,
and,
let's hold off.
Bloodlust. I also have Bloodlust, which is a precision buff to you and group members.
Well, so that brings me to a question. Arena Champion asked in the forums if Rage is more might or precision based, or how does it work?
Well, so
and that's a complicated
see,
answer,
I was
right?
actually I was talking with Jesse this morning a little bit about this. It's actually kind of hard to say because it does have quite a few. You can play it pretty much either way, right? And what I'm about to show you guys will kind of demonstrate that. And you saw quite a few actually might based powers just now with Galling Eruption and a few of the other ones. But we also have quite a few precision-based powers, and we have some kind of new stuff that we haven't done before yet either, which is powers that let you basically, powers that let you convert what would be a normal trait power into a precision version of that trait power.
Okay.
Right. So we have violence here, that's pretty standard damage aura, right? You know what? I'm gonna spawn some dude who doesn't fight back. Make life easier that way. Oh well, fine.
There you go.
Oh yeah, there we go. So you can see I am doing might-based damage from violence.
Okay.
But if I do violence and then hold melee, I've converted it now to a precision version of that.
And then it's working off of your precision instead of your might.
Correct. And so the other puke ability we have here is we have this, and I can convert that from might into a precision-based version of that thing, right? So I can really, you can play this a lot like you would play, one of the other more heavily dot-based classes, like or powers like fire, ice, electricity, only as a precision version of one of those. So it's kind of different in that way.
And so you can kind of choose, right, whether you want to be might-based or precision-based.
Exactly.
Very cool. Very cool. All right.
Tank-wise too, I know this was a big question, and is it going to have a cone pull or an AoE pull or
what kind of pulls?
What kind of pulls? And in fact, it has 3 different pulls. It has a you just have a normal single target pull, which is actually another one of it's actually a rage combo, right? It's called Eviscerating Chain, and that drags the dude up there, and then you kind of smack them,
slice them up,
them up. It's an execute, right? So it does additional damage if they're at low health, and it should also be noted too that for both this one and Outrage, I believe, they will also do their additional damage if they are if they have plasma burn on them. So I believe, or did we take that out? I might be lying. Don't take me at that word. Anyway,
maybe it might happen. Plasma burn might happen.
Right. So we have a single target. They also have a cone pull. So that's a cone very very similar to Ice's, and then they also have the area effect. So you get to choose.
Very cool.
You get whatever pull you want.
Do you have the area effect loaded or no?
Just so you know, it's the Dreadful Blast and Frenzy do extra damage to plasma burned enemies.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So you get a melee and a range version.
That's right.
That was awesome. And obviously, that's AoE would pull everybody in the area.
Yeah,
to you.
it's a big Drawman, and let's see what else we have here. You know what? At this point, we could maybe do a
jump into a duo or something.
Yeah, we could actually do a duo.
All right.
You know what? Unfortunately, I gotta respec one more time.
That's all right. We also have the single target taunt, as the first ability called Rage Blast. So it has the higher taunting. So you can try and work together in a raid to pull specific enemies.
When you have more than one tank, you want to split them up.
Yeah.
Single target taunts will do that. And that's the first power, so you pretty much always have that on your bar, or can potentially have that on your bar.
We did that, keep it consistent with the other tank powers.
Cool. Well, so we've mentioned pulls. I don't want to get ahead of you guys, so stop me if I am. But and we've mentioned combos. Does Rage have any kind of heal?
They actually do have. So let me. That's a good point. We should cover. Obviously, they have. Yes, they have. What's it called? It is called Ire, I believe.
Ire, yeah.
Is the they have an instant heal. So that is that's going to be a cleanse, right? So they have basically a couple of cleanses, just like all the other tanks have, right?
Okay.
So we have in the Ferocity, which is basically precision buff / cleanse, and then we have a Ire, which is basically an instant heal plus cleanse. They also have Remorseless Recovery, which is now this is I don't believe I've talked about this yet. Obviously, preventing all the rage damage is nice, but that's sort of you got to be kind of good really to pull that up,
right?
Abilities like Remorseless Recovery, which is a you're healing damage based on the damage you cause.
Okay.
Right. So that is another healing option they have. But while that's active, you will also take half rage crash damage.
Okay. So it's kind of in the middle, not quite as good, but more likely to execute properly.
Generally, what you'll probably want to be doing is have something like severe punishment, which is the sort of the more tanky rage crash preventing power that gives you control of resistance and additional health. Have that active while you have a secondary, 50%, sort of like as a if I screw up,
right? Back up, yeah.
Because honestly, you don't know. Like sometimes you can't prevent getting blocked or knocked down, or things happen, and it sucks to die because of that. Now, with that said, there's even kind of a this is this is a freebie. You get this one for free because you're watching the webcast. There's a supercharge ability. Actually, this is kind of new too. It's the first toggle power we have in the game, and it's called Vindictive. Costs 75 supercharge per second to use, and you can just toggle it on, toggle it off, and basically all it really does it kind of it heals back damage as you take it, sort of like a rage crash prevention ability, but it does not cause rage crash. Right. It's actually 75 a second goes pretty fast, right? But that is a good stopgap if you are working up to your rage crash combo, and then you get interrupted, or you get knocked down, or something terrible happens. You'll be like, and turn that on, and then toggle it off. So it's kind of cool.
Toggle powers. Now in DCUO.
New and exciting. All right, so we're gonna do. What do you want to do, Jesse?
I think we should do the Cathedral duo.
Okay.
Sons of Trigon.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Let me figure out what I want on my bars here. This one,
Do you want to group up?
Yes. I'm trying to get my loadout here.
No. Well, Jesse, what's your CR?
That's actually 94.
94. That's terrible. No.
Get out of my lair.
Did I buy everything I usually buy? I don't know. I don't remember. We'll wing it. We'll wing it.
Do you want to invite us, Jesse? Or invite us and queue up?
Okay.
What do you guys think so far? Everybody out there in chat land. Sorry, I'm banning somebody. It's always fun.
So, I know one of the questions I had heard on the forums is about blocking. So what happens, Mark, if I block during the rage prevention, and then try and block again during Rage Crash.
You block?
Right.
Block during
can
Rage...
can I use block to prevent it twice, basically?
Oh, no. So basically, you should know, too, in PvP that being a tankish power, this is something the Rage Crash... The healing from the Rage Crash prevention is can be removed by
debuffs.
By the debuffs, right. Rage Crash... Or, I'm sorry.
You must prevent Jared from completing the Wrath
Defer
ritual.
damage is not going to prevent
It
you
will make him
from
far
being
too
countered, so...
Here we go. So we're in the Sons of Trigon duo, and we're just going to show Rage. You guys are both playing Rage, so...
I just remembered.
Lots of anger going on.
How dare you step foot inside my stronghold.
What I'm missing.
You will not interrupt my ritual. I will be Father's vessel, and let loose wrath upon the world.
He seemed kind of angry. Like you guys.
Are you still getting a loadout?
Yeah, I'm trying to...
Yeah, we're...
Okay,
This one,
that's fine.
that one. You know what? It's been a while since I... This is it. It's all coming back to me. Yeah, that's what I like. That's what I like.
Now we're pro.
Alright, we're pro now. Alright.
Alright, so what are you showing us here?
Well, what do I have? So, I got a Plasma Wretch, so I'm going to go puke on him, and then I'm going to beat him.
With Outrage?
So I got both Outrage and Frenzy. Frenzy's a little more, it's a little more efficient, right? Outrage, you can clip like a mother and do tons of damage. So if I have too much power,
right.
I'll use that. Dreadful Blast, obviously ranged option, and then I got Vindictive for when I don't feel like, well, you know, I'm not running with a damage difference, and I have Bloodlust, which is a precision buff, which is.
So do you have any shields up? Does Rage have shields?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Rage does in fact have a shield, and that is a good way to not take Rage Crash damage. It is redirected Rage. It is it's a shield plus it reflects a little bit of damage.
Cool. Okay.
It's good if your healer can time it right too, since they usually have the group shields.
Yeah.
All right, let's kill stuff with Rage.
I will destroy you.
Alright, if you plasma them up, I'll Dreadful Blast them.
Oh, I'll Plasma up, all right.
So it sounds like Rage
synergizes we're going the wrong way.
With itself.
You shouldn't follow me.
I guess we should follow the arrow.
Follow the arrow. Don't follow me. Right, we want to go down.
Pointing down. Again. Yes.
All right.
You defy Jared.
So it looks like it synergizes pretty well with itself. Does it synergize with other powers particularly well, would you say, or?
I mean,
magic door.
Anything really. I mean, for the most part, it's you know, it doesn't have you know, anything like you know, like in cases or
Sorry, I'm killing the game sound.
Yeah, it doesn't have much in the way of cross power interactions.
Stomping anyone else is out or whatever.
Smash! 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 Gah!
So obviously, as far as the visuals go, we have a lot of kind of blood red, gooey, nasty plasma stuff going on, as well as mixed with kind of more red light of the ring and stuff.
Stop that!
Oh.
No! Oh! Ah! I need a break.
He's kind of a vocal one.
Wooden floor mat. Nice.
All right.
Nice job. You can put that in your base and stand on it.
Right?
Down we go.
I will spit on your corpse. This only brings me closer to Jared.
I guess that was overkill.
Yeah, they're dead. They're quite dead. So Jesse, what did you say was on your loadout?
Actually, mine's very similar because I have Outrage, Plasma Retch, Dreadful Blast, Galling Eruption, Lacerate, and Bloodlust.
So what are you combo, or what's your rotation right now?
Right now it's mainly with the Plasma Retch and into Dreadful Blast.
Okay.
And then if for some reason I miss somebody and they don't have the Plasma Burn, I can Galling Eruption, and then as long as I don't see a bunch of people blocking, I can get in there and Lacerate, which is creating construct sword
fury.
Spin around.
Right. Very cool. Thank you.
Yeah. So, is there any kind of questions anybody has?
Well, okay. As we're running through, I had a couple more, and if you guys have questions in chat, save them up for later. We'll try to get the channel specifically in a little bit. Let's see. Oh, I had we've kind of answered this, but the Dark Redbird asks, will we be able to spit on anyone's face? That lovely bloody napalm that Red Lanterns used to be constantly spitting. And the answer is yes.
Yes,
yes, you will.
You're seeing lots of that right now.
So that was a beautiful question. Thank you for posting it. Let's see. Will Rage Healing scale or will Restoration have any effect on Rage Healing?
The Restoration will affect the one-off heal that they have, which is Ire.
Okay.
Anything that's based on you damage prevention, like Ire, which is based on the amount of... I'm sorry, Remorseless Recovery, which is based on the amount of damage you cause, or Rage, the Rage Price Prevention stuff itself, isn't affected by Restoration. So, the answer is, Restoration isn't a super great stat for Rage guys.
Would you say the power is more melee focused or range focused, or
it's got enough? It's got enough for you to be either, right? Because I can hang back and do whatever we rename this to be,
Dreadful Blast.
Dreadful Blast, to my heart's content, or I can get in there and bang them repeatedly with my giant construct.
So even on the one loadout you have going now, you have enough.
Yeah,
you can.
I can do either, right? Right, and in fact, even the cone puke here can set them up from range, right? So it's a 25-meter cone, and I can hang back and clip away.
Which leads sort of to the next question. Would you say Rage power consumption is on the heavy side or the light side compared to other classes?
It's as heavy as you want it to be, right? So I mean, there's ways to be efficient in it, right? That's
right.
Exactly why we have powers like Frenzy here, right? It's a nice long combo, does a ton of damage, but it's not as much as like, it's not going to give the same power output or damage output and power output as most other combos.
As clipping something?
Right, clipping the heck out of power. So.
Right. Okay. Are there any pets?
Are there any pets? Nope, there are no pets.
No pets.
Just you and your rage.
And obviously there's the one power interaction, which is Plasma Burn.
Yep.
Okay. My rage.
Cool. Moving right along.
Up.
What?
Oh, sorry. I'm just telling myself to go up because the arrow's pointing up.
Right.
This is a problem I have sometimes.
Who are the inspired by characters? Remember offhand?
Guy Gardner and Atrocitus. In fact, we look like the inspired by Guy Gardner right now.
Right. Okay.
Crows
That's right.
Very cool.
picking at my body. But soon, they will pay. Everyone will pay.
Mistress of cows.
Look, fresh food for
think that's
my
what it says.
birds. We have company, my children.
Got that. All right. So finally, this is more of an open question, but what were your limitations when it came to making rage powers? Did DC have restrictions or requests, or how did you go about applying the concept of Rage Red Lanterns?
Well, so thankfully DC's pretty they're pretty easy to work with, right? I mean, we always try to respect the license, and really we're trying to go for what would it be like to be one of the, to be a, red light using character. So from that perspective, we're really trying to really sell the license, right? Make it feel like what would it be to be one of these guys. So from that perspective, it was actually pretty easy.
We hate you.
And it seems like most of the powers definitely really encapsulate being angry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean
physically angry.
In fact, before the trees were called, what are they called now? They're called anger and
punishment.
Anger and punishment. One of the trees to be like rage, and the other tree to be rage. But
wow!
And then every other power named rage, only with a different inflection. But unfortunately,
that didn't work out.
Yeah, I mean the English language lacks the diacritical marks necessary to convey the emotion.
I see.
So they changed them.
So we had to use words.
Yeah, we use actual words. So
it's funny.
SJ helps a lot with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oops. Where am I going, Jesse Scott?
Believe. Was that it? Actually, or is that no? That's the side thing. The Skype thing is above my map.
Oh, you can click close on that if you go out and come back in.
But you're going the right way. Wow, we gotta go up.
So, are there any? Have we looked at all the powers, or we looked about?
We've looked at most of them. I can show.
Why?
I could show a few more if we want to see those. I believe there are a handful that have not been covered yet. Oh, you with your throwing of your axes. Yeah, there's a handful. Have I spent all my points yet? I still have 2 power points left. So we have Channel Hate. That's pretty standard beam. Restores health as you channel it. I'm fairly certain it works with the Empowered Channeling mod.
Nice.
Which is obviously
Raven rat.
if you into that kind of thing.
You'll pay. You will break.
All right, chat. I am looking at the chat channel. I'm making sure it's on slow mode so that we can actually potentially read it. All right. Ask us your questions. We'll try to answer some of them now. Some people would like to see the shield if we haven't shown it.
Oh, we haven't shown it.
Oh yeah.
Do you have that purchased? I don't think I'm out of points. No, I have 1 point left. Let me see if I can get it.
I have a point left too, but I'm nowhere near it.
I am not either. I'll just respec.
Let's see what we haven't shown yet. Ferocity. We've shown without mercy. Oh yeah, we haven't shown Rage Blast. One of the. Let's see here.
I was using it. I don't know if there for a while. I'm not sure if anybody saw it.
It's as your single target taunt. If you were in, take one.
I have the shield on now, so I can use it here.
What? How did you get past my
Although now my
guards?
loadout's kind of wonky, but
You will pay. I won't destroy just you. When I have my father's power, I will destroy everything you've ever loved. Prepare for a reckoning. Like a gnat. Ugh, that just makes me stronger. Ugh. 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 You can't hurt the son of Trigon. Pathetic. Your victory will be
all right. Hold your questions. We've got a couple here. Okay, So supercharges. We talked about the one that was toggleable. What other supercharges do we have?
We have a variety of interesting and exciting supercharges. So we have Berserk. Okay, that's actually kind of a nasty one. Basically, Berserk causes all the damage you deal to be dealt again around you in an area.
So all the damage you deal over a period of time?
So as you do damage, once a second, it's going to take all the damage you did and then do it again in an area around you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds
it's kind of off the hook.
That's what percentage is that?
It's 50 percenter. So yeah, if you look around in the tree, there's some combos you might discover here that can give you some bursty kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Mangle, that is a 35% spin that rips stuff apart. That's actually kind of cool looking.
Yeah, it lowers their resistance to control effects too, which is
that's right.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, so
it lowers enemies.
Yes.
Yep. Right. So this'll tear stuff up. Should have spawned some dudes. Not vulnerable at all. So none of that blocking business. Gonna shut you down. And then in the other tree we have Vindictive, which we've already covered, and Infuriate. And that basically is a group crit chance and healing. Basically gives everybody critical chance damage and restores health based on the damage you cause.
Cool.
So very similar to one of the Atrocitus Legend characters' powers. Has a supercharge similar to that.
And all of them except Mangle are usable while controlled. Those supercharges.
Very, very cool.
So very handy.
We noticed there were some constructs in there with the weapons and a couple other things. Is there anything that stands out as far as constructs? I know generally red light, not a lot of construct action, but there's a little bit, right?
Yeah, there's a few. As you saw, like Mangle itself, right? You have a spinning chain
constructs,
right? And then obviously you have
Outrage.
Yeah, right. Outrage, which has the
maces,
twin maces, and
Revenge has these little claws on your hands.
Oh, there you go.
Right. Okay.
And then we have the hooks from the pull, which is still called
chain.
Still called
Okay.
chain.
Cool.
All right.
What are the bonuses for the trees?
Good question. So, yeah, it looks like 5% critical attack damage and 35 health. For anger and punishment, you have 1% critical attack chance and 25 health. So the trees are kind of structured. Sort of punishment's a little more damage oriented. Anger is a little bit more tanking oriented, but
no, it's the other way.
Oh, you know what? I always do that.
Punishment's a little more tank.
Right.
Yeah.
What he said. But like I said, yeah, you're gonna want to go into both because they have nice things for everybody.
Nice, angry things. Yes.
Angry things.
So we talked about this a little bit before, but heroes and villains have the exact same power here, right? It's not like hard light where different colors or anything like that.
That's right. Everybody's going to be, everybody's got the red light because heroes can be righteously
angry, yes, and just barely control it to do good. So just clearing that up for anybody asking. And so the last thing I caught there was that people would like to see an actual rage crash happen.
Oh, yeah.
So
I can totally make that happen.
Let's get hurt. Let's die.
Let me do like... Oh, you know what? Let me make sure I have... Oops.
Something of note, while we were doing Rage Crash, we noticed that when you went into a cinematic or, like camera thing...
Yeah.
That you would die from Rage Crash?
Basically the camera, you wouldn't die during the camera, but if the camera would come, the camera would stop, and then you'd crash. You're like,
right.
That sucks. Like, I couldn't do anything in the the quarter second I had after the camera ended.
So we fixed that?
If camera starts, you're basically immune to Rage Crash for that cycle of Rage crashing. So, what up, dudes?
All right, so now
I'm just gonna let it. I'm gonna let it ride.
Healing the damage.
All right.
You take.
Now it's all like.
Then.
Oh God! Oh, it hurts. It feels like burning. Can I? Oh, you know what?
So that's what happens when you just take it.
Yeah, you just take it, and it hurts.
Prolonged life followed by devastating death. They're probably going to want to see that again.
Yeah, and so the interesting thing you should know too, if you're out of combat, you will not rage crash. So if you can finish the fight, like in this situation, if you can manage to finish the fight before you crash, you're fine. Eat more dudes. Where you guys at?
Hey!
Alright, now you're getting healed the damage you're taking.
Yep.
Sorry. Pulled all these dudes away.
Ow.
I'll bring him back.
And you take it. Alright, so now let's show... Well, let's see if you survive this.
See, I have such low health that any big head's going to take me down, right? So it's pretty darn good, but it's not as invulnerable, right? Like, if you do it at a sliver, that may not be enough.
You want to fire it when you actually have health left, it looks like.
Yeah, because, I mean, you still need to live through 1 second's worth of attack at least, or 1 second and change, a little longer than a second. But.
So let's do one where we combo through it and absorb.
So this will, do a half damage one. Why stop at 2 or 4 when you can have 8? Oh god. Yeah, a little early on that. Yeah.
That was a lot of guys.
Yeah, that's a case of not having enough health to live through the 1 second.
I smell fresh meat. Hey!
I don't know if you guys can hear the heartbeat on the stream. I'm going to trim the volume just to maybe help. You hear that? It starts to beat faster until it goes off. But we were out of combat there.
What are the questions we got?
All right, let's see. Shoot us your questions. What control effects are most common with rage? Knockdown, stuns, roots, etc.
It's got a pretty good combination of all of them. I mean, it's heavy on the knockdown, but it has knockdown into stun in this case, right? So you're stunning them as you hit them with the first set of chains, and then knocking them down when you nail them with the the maces. This one, what we're calling Dreadful Blast, knockdown heavy. So I would say leaning more towards knockdown, but with liberal amounts of stuns. There are no roots or encasements or anything like that, to my knowledge. Obviously, there's pulls, right? Quite a few of those.
People want to see you in tank roll.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to set up a loadout for tank roll, maybe. Is there a 35% finisher?
Yeah,
there is, in fact.
Viscerate.
Viscerate.
The chain pull. It's a single target pull.
Right, okay.
That has a combo on it.
How about, is there a 60% DPS modifier power?
No, there are no abilities that have a 3-second cast to them. So.
Okay, so the highest is going to be
50.
50%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, they want to see the 35%.
They want to see the 35%?
Yeah.
Oh, the 35%.
The finisher, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I have that loaded out? Oh.
A lot of these questions have already been answered, so you're going to need to watch the replay on YouTube afterwards. Oops. What kind of cleanses are there?
There are two of them. One is a cleanse that's a cleanse and a heal, and another is a cleanse and a precision bonus.
Does the rage combo have to connect or hit to prevent the crash?
Nope. You can do it at the air. So that was the 35%er. Yeah. So if it's, it may seem a little weird, but if you're in one of those situations where you're in a big room full of guys and you're the tank and you're about to rage crash, sometimes you just gotta swat angrily at the air to
because you're that angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the guys are just too far away and you can't get to them yet.
A lot of people are asking when the DLC comes out, and we can't say yet, but it's not too far off now.
Are you in tank stance now?
Oh, you know what? No. I don't really have any tank gear or tank lit up at the moment, but I guess I could demonstrate sort of a...
What's obviously...
I don't have any dominance either. 11, 20 dominance.
What's obviously different? Just you said the speed of combos, or there was a speed that was different?
Oh yeah, I guess that is a good point, right? So like for example, if we look at, you figure I'd remember the name of this by now, but Outrage, right? Outrage, you can pretty much do to your heart's content in DPS mode. In tank mode, you have a 6-second cooldown. So that's basically to sort of ensure that it's not too easy, right? Because a lot of if you have a great controller, you can just spam this stuff. We don't want it.
Right.
We want there to be some skill involved. Now, granted, you can load out multiple types of combos, right? So you can have both Outrage and Dreadful Blast loaded out, which you probably would want to have anyway, because if you notice a guy's blocking, you don't want to, smack into him with your vulnerable combo, right? So I guess if you're really good, you could just do the initial hit. Obviously, isn't blockable, but the second follow-up combo hit is. And so if 1 second is enough of a window for you to prevent the rage crash, then good on you.
All right. So, is there anything else that you guys really wanted to show? How are we doing?
I mean, we've showed a lot. I think they'd love to get their hands on it.
Yeah, I bet they would. So, I think we can go ahead and call this live stream finished. We have a little bit of news. Let's start with the boring stuff first. It's not boring, but the less exciting stuff first. Starting today or tomorrow in Europe, we are running special membership pricing. The Legends plan is back.
Right.
So that means you can get the 3 month of membership for $29.99, which is the best deal you can get. You should definitely jump on that plan. Even if you already have a plan, you can switch over to it. Go ahead and do it. Definitely recommend it. And thank you in advance. Also, Game Update 33 includes the PvP Season 2 and a bunch of other things.
A lot of good stuff.
Launching tomorrow.
Very excited about that.
In the morning. So come home after work, come home in the afternoon, and it'll be online, ready for you to go.
That's what I'm doing. Actually, to be honest, I was glad that it wasn't tonight because I wanted to go home and play for 33. But anyway, yeah.
Okay. And then finally, you guys maybe want to play with the Rage Powers.
Maybe.
Or the rest of the DLC pack, actually. And if you're Legendary on PC, you can on PC Test right now.
Right now.
It is up on PC Test immediately right now. Go play. Everything you've just seen is available. Make a new character. Have fun. Test it out. We will, of course, be monitoring and watching your feedback and responding as we always do.
Let us know what you think.
Let us know what you think. Check the testing feedback forums. And have fun. For Jesse and for Mark and for myself, thank you for playing DCO, and we'll see you next time.